Welcome to a fairly heartbreaking view of a Super Cub. As many of you know, poor thing got rolled over a couple of weeks back. Went nose first, over onto its back. The main thing was that two fellas on board, perfectly safe thanks to how tough the structure of the Super Cub really is. But it does mean that it's due for a rebuild. So I thought I'd start a series of videos, let's call this part 0 of the rebuild of the Super Cub. So I've decided part 0 involved pretty well pulling it apart and transporting it across to a maintenance base where we'll gradually, over the next 12 months or so, who knows, maybe longer, rebuild it into a surface of the Super Cub again. I'll take you around and show you some of the bits that we're going to need to replace, which, as you can see, is just about everything. Prop and the spinner obviously took the brunt of it as it's rolled over. Prop obviously can't be repaired, so it'll be a new prop. That's the Bohr STC prop, so a very climb pitched prop, which I really like, so probably replace that with exactly the same one. The spinner, already unscrewed that the other day. You can see that it's filled with quite a bit of loam, taken a fair bit of a beating, so that one will become an ornament for the wall, as will probably the prop. Now the cowls obviously need some work, but not quite as twisted as you might expect, so they'll probably be reusable, just with a fair bit of work involved. More earth in the oil cooler there. Oil filter beyond help. Having rolled over on its back, top surface of the wings, what the aeroplane's been sitting on, so both wings will need to be rebuilt. There's a fair few bent ribs in there. Obviously, the struts are going to be a throwaway item. Much the same on the other wing. A little bit less of a bend in the strut, but still a throwaway. And the top surface of the wing, oh, I can't quite reach up there, but top surface of the wing is beyond repair as well without pulling the whole wing apart. You can see how twisted it is, the fabric there. The original American Rego, which was underneath the Australian Rego. Part of our company procedures were to take the Regos off it, which is good in theory, but when it's a bright yellow Super Cub, it's not hard to work out which aeroplane it is, but that's where our Rego was. Tail, obviously it's sat on the tail as well, so it's copped a fair whack. Leaf bear's okay. Hello bear. View doesn't really improve from above. You can see all the twists in the cowl, windscreen, the twists in the frame, the twists in the wings. At least it does increase the air conditioning, so that's somewhat beneficial for summer. There's a few tears as well in the bottom surface of the wing, here and close to the fuse. So all I can assume is that that's bits of perspex there, which we've cleaned up a few bits of them, that when they've smashed, they've gone through and torn holes in the wing. Not that it makes much difference because the fabric's got to come off anyway to rebuild the wing, but yeah, it took me a little while to work out where they must have come from. So we gave up yesterday due to lack of time and low interest, so it's now tomorrow, but we're pretty well ready to take the wings off. So I had done the aileron cables there on the top, because they're the aileron cables that would go through the wing and then also through the strut there. So I had to remove those because we're going to remove the strut and the wing. We've also taken off the on the tyre, also taken off the wing root fairings, so you can see there one of the main wing bolts there, and the other one there. There's also a few fuel lines in there, so we've got that back one down there. That's the fuel delivery line, and then there's two here for the the fuel sight gauge, one of which was intact and the other one had already torn itself off. But you can see there that I've just cut those with a knife rather than trying to undo them, because we're going to replace them all anyway, so it's a bit pointless to waste time trying to undo them. Also got the antenna there that I've disconnected from the inside, so the wing's now ready to undo those bolts and lift it off. It's actually a little bit weird after the amount of hours I spent sitting in this back seat instructing to be sitting in the same seat pulling the aeroplane apart from the inside. So you can see there one of the aileron cables with the connector attached that would have connected it, or did connect it, to the aileron on the other side, which we've removed so that we can take the wing off. All those cables will get replaced, so not particularly stressed about how neatly we disconnect them, just sufficient to be able to remove the wing for transport. Here's our collection of bits that we pulled off. We'll tidy all those up and tag them all shortly. Lee's already made sure that we know where each panel comes from, so that's important. Here's the Cub awaiting its taxi. We already took the wings off yesterday and forgot to film it. We sort of just got stuck into it, but didn't take us very long at all. And now we're just sitting here waiting for the tilt tray and hoping we don't get a parking fine.